Hello once again, individuals, and welcome to another episode of Bagel Drawings. My name is Flobbert, and today I'll be drawing a Minecraft creeper, as suggested by Minecraft Cutie 12. Now, the last drawing video that I made also had a drawing suggested by the same person. Why, you ask? The reason is that there were two other requests, but both of them I felt weren't satisfactory. One of them was the Saturn sandworm from Beetlejuice, and I had no idea what that looked like, so I looked on the internet, and that actually didn't help much. So I still don't know whether that Saturn sandworm has 4 eyes or 2 eyes, spines on the back of it or no spines on the back of it, and plenty of other details, which would make it basically impossible to draw. The other one was Jeff the Killer, and I still have nightmares about that guy, so I am not going to try to exacerbate anything by drawing him. So today we're just going to stick with the Minecraft creeper, just the usual, right? So let's get started. Without any further ado, I've already been talking for about a minute, which is far too long. I'm going to start out right near the top of the page. And I'm going to start out with drawing a line that is more or less horizontal. That's just reaching out a little ways this way, just like this. Then I'm going to draw some lines that are reaching downwards. All of these lines should be about the same length. And this set of lines and this set of lines that I am drawing in should also be parallel, as shown here. So now let me draw in the other part of this creeper's head, which is of course what we're drawing in. And that is just a section that extends out like this. It's not quite as long, and it's angled upwards considerably more. It just looks approximately like this, and is closed off right around here. Finally, let's draw the top of the creeper's head, which just looks like this. And now it's time to begin filling in the detail. What I do to fill in the detail of the creeper's head is I draw lines straight through the center, just like this. And those lines will blend in so much by the time that we're done that we won't even really need to erase them. What you want to do with these lines is, right at this line, that's the bottom of the creeper's eyes and also the top of his mouth. And so as a result, at about equal distances from that line, I'm going to start out this creeper's mouth, and then just go over a little bit and down, over a little bit and down, and then finally go up, just parallel with here, over and down. And that's the creeper's mouth. Then, right at the edges of here, I'm going to just continue this line up, and then, using this line as one of the lines for the square, I'm just going to make a square for both of his eyes. Just like so. There we are. Now it's time to shade in all of the parts that are a little bit darker in here. The creeper's eyes have darker portions that are in, like this, although the entirety of their eyes are darker than the rest of their face. In addition, this region right in here, if you just draw a line connecting all of this, then draw out a little square right here, little square right here, and then just draw a line right here. All of this region is darker than the surrounding mouth. I don't know if you guys really notice this, but if you look at any of the pictures of creepers, then that is pretty clear. These guys are just a little bit lighter. And that's pretty much it for the creeper's face. Although, you know, if I wanted to, I could sort of block out all of these squares. And while I'm at it, why don't I really give these things a good shading. Because creepers are relatively simple compared to some of the things that I do out there. I mean, compare this to, for example, the Curiosity rover on the surface of Mars, or even something like Atlas or Peabody from the Portal series. This is quite simple, and so as a result, I can go into a fair amount of detail with it. So I'm going to color these guys almost black. I'm just going to really shade them in quite dark. Then shade these in a moderate dark, not quite as dark, but still chillingly dark. Then I'm going to color in the top of this at about the same darkness as this. I'm going to really press down with my pencil to get this area black as death, I say. And then I'm going to go around in all the regions that I had colored in before. I'm going to color a little bit darker. And finally, you know, there are some regions in the creeper's face that are a little bit lighter and some that are a little bit darker. Now, I've already spent 6 minutes doing this, which is an absurdly long time, and I really shouldn't spend this much time on a drawing video that's this simple. So, I'm just going to color in sort of random patterns in this region, just like so, and also on the top of his head, trying to keep in mind that all of these lines should be parallel with either these lines or these lines. There we are. That's pretty much the creeper head. Now it's time to draw his body. So I'm going to begin right around here for the creeper's body, and also right around here. And I'm just going to draw this thing down. Actually, yeah, I should begin right around here. And the other line of the creeper's body goes down right around there. And let me just go ahead and erase that. There we are. So, creeper's body progresses down a little ways, and then we close these things off, trying to be parallel to those lines that we put in before. Again, it's just a geometry problem. That makes creepers surprisingly easy to draw if you know their geometry. I'm sorry, I know that some of you guys don't like math. And I'm going to just do the same thing that I did with the head, you know, besides the face region here. You know, I could actually block out each individual square and determine its color, but I'm not going to do that. I think that this really suffices. Finally, it's time to draw in the creeper's little feet. So, first I'm going to start out with drawing in a line that's parallel to this line, and that's going to extend down, and then it's going to come out parallel to this line right here, come up a little ways, and that's just going to be all one line right there. And this will extend over parallel to this line. It's all a question of getting your lines parallel. These guys are parallel, these guys are parallel, and these guys are parallel. Then for the back of the creeper, I'm going to continue. These lines are on the same plane right here. Or they're, you know, just the same line, only extended a little bit. Then this goes up like this. And then, finally, there's just a line that's parallel to this one. And that's how you draw the creeper's foot region. Oh, and finally, there's another line that's parallel to this one, just extending up like that. Now, let's draw in the creeper's little tootsies. First, let's draw in a line, and then we can sort of just go like this. If you don't want to be real specific with the creeper's feet, that's likely enough. Then, we can draw in the all too familiar random light and dark regions that we were doing before. And finally, we can just erase some of these guidelines here because they're making the creeper look a little bit less nice than it could look. Just be sure to keep in approximately the same dark regions that were there before. Well, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much how to draw a creeper. Have a very nice day, individuals. Like, favorite, subscribe, and share, please. I'll see you in a minute, just as soon as I shade this creeper in. And then, well, catch you next week for another episode of Bagel Drawings. Peace.